Hello and welcome back to the Love Factory. We're in our first episode, so thank you for joining us for this special time in our beginnings, I guess you could call it. So in this first episode, we know the series that we're going into is called What's Holding You Back? And what we'll be looking at is a few different ways. Actually, we're going to go through 6 parts of just as I took the time to think about what were the things that really halted me or held me back from even starting the Love Factory and might be holding us back from doing other things that we know we would like to do. So just taking this opportunity to really think through it, I came up with these different paths that I found that I really had to kind of close in on in order to jump off and get going. So the first one we want to look at is looking for the moment. And what I mean by looking for the moment is sometimes it just feels like, okay, trying to get everything lined up. I'm trying to make sure things are put in the right place. I'm trying to make sure all these different things are where I need them to be. And to a certain extent, that is good because, of course, you want to make sure that you have things moving decently and in order. But at the same time, is it fear or is it actually things that you need to accomplish that's holding you back? Sometimes it's that feeling of worth that might be holding you back. But I found something that I wanted to share with you and just discuss very briefly because it may answer a few different questions for us. And it comes actually out of the Bible. It's in Ecclesiastes, and ironically it's 9:11. Maybe it's the emergency scripture, not sure. But the idea behind it here is, and what it says is, I have observed something else under the sun. The fastest runner doesn't always win the race. The strongest warrior doesn't always win the battle. The wise sometimes go hungry, and the skillful are not necessarily wealthy. And those who are educated don't always lead successful lives. It is all decided by chance, by being in the right place at the right time. I found that interesting. I think a lot of people can go either way on how they feel about the Bible. I look at it as it's literature that helps you grow and think, just like anything else that you read that is beneficial to your growth and thinking. But just looking at something as simple as that, where it says it's time and chance. And sometimes it's the right place and the right time. So sometimes the right moment isn't necessarily the right moment unless you're prepared for it. So maybe the question, instead of is it the right moment, is am I prepared for what needs to take place next? To be quite honest with you, when I started the Love Factory or when I started this journey, I wasn't really sure how it was all going to pan out. I wasn't really sure. I'm still not sure what happens even after this episode is recorded. But all I knew is I needed to get going. I needed to create something that gave me an avenue to put me in the right place to do what I feel is what I should be doing at this point in time, and that's starting this outreach. So I hope this little message, I know it was brief and quick, I hope this kind of shed some light on what maybe you should be thinking about instead of the right moment is, am I doing what I need to do to prepare for what's next for me or what I believe is next for me? And understand that, hey, it may come today, it may come tomorrow, it might not come, but if you're not prepared, we'll never know. So take a moment, think about what it might mean to get prepared. Ask yourself, am I prepared for what I want to do next? Start surrounding yourself with people that can get you to where you'd like to go, and just go for it. Write a plan, get it down on paper so that you can follow through. This is Mike. Thanks for joining me for this first episode, and we'll see you again next week.